What's up, everyone? It's Roll Call with Karina and Estelle, episode 11. And I'm excited to have my super international friend who I adore, Ihsan Rakim.
I can't believe you're on episode 11 already. I remember watching episode 1 with Craig.
I know!
Yeah.
The
weather is better for me though, Craig, so sorry.
I know.
I brought the
Somewhat.
I brought the sunshine.
You did bring the sunshine. There's a breeze that maybe there's not in London. But I'm so glad you're visiting, and tell us where you're
this
from.
This is my second home, where I'm from.
Yes, because judging by your beautiful accent that we all love, you're from where?
I'm from London. So,
London town.
Born and brought up in London.
Yes.
Wimbledon to be precise.
Yes.
Where Slick Rick is from.
Yes.
So I grew up over there.
That's amazing.
But I've lived all over, as you know. I lived here in Houston for 6 years. Did a few things here on the music scene. Really, this city welcomed me with open arms.
We love you.
It's not what I did; it's what the city did for me. Honestly, I mean, I feel like I took out of it. So try to give back.
You did. You did a lot for the city. I mean, you've been teaming up with Craig and doing Basix Brothers. They had an incredible hip hop night that we love.
Craig is my brother. Full stop. We are the Basix Brothers,
sure.
but yeah, that's it. And you know what?
We're fam.
Karina's the one that brought us together.
I wouldn't say that.
Karina suggested it.
Did I?
Yep. Yeah, you were the one that because Craig had just finished doing one night and he was looking for something to do. I was fairly new in town.
And you have so many records. Like walls and walls and walls and walls. How many records do you think you have?
I know how many I have. I don't want to say on camera because people might know where I live. You know?
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, let's just say it would be like tons and tons and tons of hard drives.
It's a good sized collection.
Yes.
I know people who have more records than me. I know people who have
modest.
I know people who have tiny collections, but they've just got gold in those collections. You know, a record collection is a very personal thing. It tells a story of you.
Yes.
Right. It tells a story of where you're from, your experiences. So I'm lucky enough to have lived around the world. I'm lucky enough to have lived in Europe. Here in Houston, I lived in Singapore, so I've traveled all around the world. I've been to so many different countries, and I collect records from all these different places.
Yes.
And they remind me of events. They remind me of people. They remind me of time. So it's a story, and even when I'm DJing, I'm not a good DJ. I'm not even going to pretend I'm a good DJ.
I think he is.
I'm a good storyteller, though.
Yes, he is a great storyteller.
And I tell stories through the record. So I
the music.
I might not be technical, but you will hear a story. The audience will go there and they'll hear a story. The other thing I always try to do is play them something they've not heard before.
Exactly.
Play them a record and try and make them dance to a song they've never heard before.
Right.
That's the goal. And people are enjoying it and they come out going, that was good, or they think about it. You know, Craig and I, we were a couple of trips ago when I was in Houston. People came up to us and they said, I went to your night and I heard this song. I met my wife at your night, and it's touching people's lives.
Yeah. That's what you guys do.
That's what music is.
I knew you'd make such a great team, because you guys were already tight, and you already had
Well, neither of us had anything to prove either, right?
No.
We weren't young
but you
guys.
had a great connection
We weren't going to be a loggerheads. We were.
No.
Yeah. We were two guys.
He needed someone like you.
Well, the funny thing is when things would go wrong on the night, one of us would get angry, the other one would be cool. So we all said we had one brain between us. When we were performing, we shared a brain.
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
There was that. I said, can you imagine if we both freaked out on that night?
Oh my God.
The whole thing, it just wouldn't work. It never happened. It never happened.
You're both pretty level-headed. So you're someone who's very, very well respected in the culture, in the hip hop community. No, I know. I mean, this guy has pictures with everyone. Everyone loves Fresh S. He's not only a supporter, he's a great artist. We've toured together. We toured Japan together 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Yeah, it was about 7 years ago. Yeah, shout out, or maybe 8 now. Shout out to Soul Central. But this guy, he's got such an incredible work ethic. You wear so many hats. Like, tell us some of the stuff you've done from culture to corporate or whatever you want to tell us.
So I started off, you know, forget the records. You know, the records came with time. The records came.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't grow up with records.
Right.
You know, there was no record player in the house when I was growing up, and there was no way I could afford the 1200s.
Right.
1210s for the younger kids.
Yes. Yes. In the 80s.
Afford the 1200s, or indeed the mixer. I still can't afford the mixer. I bought a new mixer. I bought a new mixer a few years ago, and I was shocked at how expensive they are. I can justify spending money on this. But
treat yourself. You work hard.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I know you did.
But yeah, so yeah, I always loved hip hop music.
Yes.
I always loved. I guess, you know, I mean, hip hop is 50 years old right now.
I know, incredible, right?
So I'm absolutely loving this year because the number of events, the number of celebrations that I'm going to, and just the sheer amount of people I'm having reunions with this year, going to shows, people who I literally haven't seen for 20, 30 years in a show, and we go in together, and it's like
that's what I mean. Like this guy, happens. Everyone loves this guy. He shows up to parties all over the world. I follow your Insta and your Facebook. And, you know, from New York to London to Australia, Singapore, wherever he goes, Japan, like, he's just really loved. You know, he's someone that, like, everyone, like, oh, shoot, S is in the building. S is his short, what we call him, Fresh S. So, you know, and you MC and you DJ and you, like you said, you're a storyteller.
I'm a storyteller, yeah. I'm an MC first, you know.
You're an MC first.
I like
and
lyrics.
He writes it. He puts it all in the lyrics.
I like lyrics. I like watching talented people. You know?
Yes.
There's a huge difference between watching an MC who's a craft person. Who really has a skill with words. He can take you on a journey, or you watch them and you just simply go, wow.
Wow.
You know, I remember when I first heard Eric B. and Rakim.
Ooh.
And I thought, as I said earlier, I rap along to all the words.
Right.
Trying to rap along to Eric B. and Rakim, I couldn't do it. But it wasn't particularly fast. It was just the time, the pronunciation, the delivery, the wordplay, and the subtleties involved.
Yes.
That it really made me appreciate the art.
Yes.
You know, what got me into hip hop was really deep into hip hop was NWA, was listening to swearing. You know? As a kid that was too young.
Your parents didn't like that much, did they?
I had headphones.
Oh, okay. You're like, I'm covering this all well.
Well, you know, my brother was, I've got an older brother.
Okay.
And his musical taste is slightly different from mine, so he was more smooth. He was, you know, my brother was Mr. R&B.
Oh, yeah.
So that was too weak for me.
El DeBarge, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, that was too, you know,
yes. That makes you the cool uncle.
Stick a hoodie on it.
Makes you the cool uncle.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'll still get rowdy. Don't let the outfit fool you. Don't let the outfit fool you. If you stick on MOP, I'm going nuts. I'm going full body slamming people in the audience that I shouldn't be. Knocking over kids and doing the work.
Yes. And like you had your own show yourself back in like what, late 90s, early 2000s?
Late 90s. I was on the radio. Yeah, we were syndicated.
Wow.
What's interesting is I mean it wasn't a big show, but we were nationally syndicated, which was the only one in the UK at the time that was the only hip hop show that was.
Yeah.
There was a national show. There was a show in London. The guy that was doing the show in London, shout out 279. You know, I don't even know. I've told him many times that I stole so many concepts and ideas from you because I was a fan of his. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, I saw him a couple of weeks ago. He's talking about Hip Hop 50. He put on the most incredible show a few weeks ago where he had all the acts from the 80s coming out in London. He's going to do one for the 90s. He's going to do modern ones, like, you know, the guy just he's done too many more things to mention. So, I'm lucky enough to have met and befriended people.
Yes, you've grown these relationships.
Who are incredible.
Yes.
What they do. I mean, you know, best DJs in the world.
Oh, absolutely.
I can WhatsApp them, I can call them, I
Yeah.
can get in touch and have a conversation. And ultimately speaking, it's just us being ourselves. It's us nerding out.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes it's not even about music. Sometimes like, let's go get some gin. That's it, right?
Do you have anything coming up? Like, are you DJing? I know sometimes I'll check your page and you've got like some events where you'll be DJing in London.
Odds and ends, yeah. Odds and ends. And to be honest, I was doing some regular shows. Another vinyl night. So I've done vinyl nights all over. Obviously with Rahim. They've got a special guest on episode 1.
Yes.
That was we did the vinyl night here. Basix. I did the Fever with a group of people, including Andrew M. He's in Tasmania at the moment.
Okay.
And so we did that in Singapore for a while, and then I was doing Mobile Mondays in London, in Brixton, pre-pandemic. I was actually playing Mobile Mondays in London as well a fair few times whilst doing the Brixton show at the same time. So going back and forth. But honestly, since the pandemic, things have slowed down a lot. Yeah, slowed down a lot. So I'm talking to a few people.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
keep me posted because you know I got people in London.
We have an active group. I know you've got people in London. Yeah,
including you. Yeah, but, keep me posted.
Yeah, so
and I might pop up on you too.
So there you go. Yeah, come on down. We can always organise something.
Yes,
at the
I
moment,
would love that.
I'd say the Hip Hop 50 with all the shows that are going on right now. I'm just enjoying it.
Yes.
I'm just going down there and I'm supporting the people who support me. I'm supporting the people who I'm fans of. I'm supporting the people that gave me the music that helped make my life happy.
Right. And you're so much part of the culture. Like you know, people like you, people like Craig, like you are the culture, you know? I mean, truly, like, we need all aspects of the culture. You know, there's so many elements, and you are someone that represents the elements and someone who supports the elements. You know, and I think that's very important.
In hip hop, I think because 50 is still young. So coming from a ground up perspective, we really had to, and there's lots of people that started. So we end up with lots of small localized nights, and eventually they become bigger, and then you find out what the other person's doing.
Right.
So it's important to kind of connect, respect, and figure out what's going. So I'm lucky enough to have been involved in enough nights around the world that I've met people and done and you know it just comes from being genuine, being yourself. You know, music is my conduit to be myself.
Yes,
that's it.
It's one of your love languages.
There you go.
So tell us where we can find you.
So I've got an Instagram which is Fresh Kid Ihsan.
Yes.
So
okay. And you have a fan page on Facebook.
I do. That's Fresh S. That's the Fresh S fan page. Yes. I don't update it. I don't update it nearly as often as I should do, which Queen is always telling me off for.
You have the coolest life. You travel. You hang out with cool people. You're cool. Do it. What about shout outs?
Oh, I got to shout. You know what? I want to shout. There's honestly too many to this.
The wifey deserves a shout out.
The wife always.
Yes.
She's
can't wait to meet you, by the way.
She's wide in the smile.
Aww, you deserve it.
No, honestly, I mean, everyone I've ever worked with, DJ Crow, and Play, so many people.
What about Dave?
Dave.
Yeah.
Of course, Dave Code.
I love Dave.
Insane DJ.
Yes.
Honestly, it would probably take me half an hour if I sat here and listed everyone.
Yeah.
We might have to do like a little take.
The family. Right your nephew.
My nephew, yeah.
Aww. Yeah. Remind me his name?
Daniel. So Daniel.
Shout out to Daniel.
Daniel is coming to Texas in a couple of weeks' time.
Wow.
Yeah. He's gonna be doing a robotics challenge for his school. So he's
that's awesome.
Fighting some robots at some event in Dallas.
Oh my God, how fun!
Yeah, so I've been educating him on Houston,
Texas culture.
On Texas culture, exactly. What to eat, sending his dad lists of restaurants and things like that, and things to do. So,
that'll be fun.
That should be good, yeah.
Oh, well, thanks for being here with me.
Oh, thanks for inviting. It's always a pleasure.
Of course.
Exactly. And you know, like you say, there's lots of things I do. You know, sometimes what I do is behind the scenes.
Yes.
I do a fair amount behind the scenes as well. I think I've helped Karina a little bit behind the scenes as well with a couple of her releases.
Yes,
yeah.
That's true. He's been an executive producer for a few of my albums, and I appreciate you.
For the superstar over here.
Aww.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know, even things from crowdfunding.
Yes.
Things like Mob Deep albums, De La Soul albums, all that kind of stuff. So yeah,
absolutely.
It all adds up. There's a film project that's coming out hopefully next year. I will not share the details just yet,
okay.
but I will add it to the comment section once it's released, once that film is released.
Yes.
But they've already done the principal photography on it. And then I work for a charity as well, which helps kids at risk it's mainly around the prison system and kids at risk. So we just did an excellent play for a company called Syndicated project.
Okay. And anything you want to share?
Rap.
Yeah.
Watching kids who are too cool to watch this thing suddenly go, oh wow, this guy's rapping in my face, and this guy's telling a story and actually kind of helping the community.
Yes.
It's humbling to watch that.
It is.
I'm not going to act like I'm a big part of it.
Yeah.
I'm involved in it, but it's humbling to watch.
It is.
And that's the kind of thing I like to.
Yeah. Any links that you want to share, I'm happy to add them. I'm definitely going to put his contacts for social media so that you guys can follow him. And I'm just so thankful that you were able to join me.
Yeah.
He squeezed me in because he's very busy. He's a busy man.
And if you want to see another fresh Karina style combo,
yes, we marry our rump shaker songs.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Yeah.
We love you guys. Thanks for joining us. Episode 11, Fresh S.
Karina